The Siamese Black Magic in Thailand. Chapter 2. Does love spell create happiness by compulsion? Once the person meets up with the victim, and after a brief conversation, the victim will develop a very intense feeling for the person. Once the person's voice is heard, the victim will feel gullible and listen to whatever the person says. If the victim does not see the person for one day, he will feel miserable. The mistress or woman usually applies this black magic through a sorcerer. These types of black magic include the love spell, puzzle love spell, and the interlocking spell. The love spell may not cause physical destruction, but the psychological consequences are damaging. When one becomes determined to get the love as desires, one will try to obtain it at all costs. We will first talk about the love spell and the separation spell. Generally, when a man or a woman wants another party to fall for him or her, applying the love spell is very effective. However, whether a love affair lasts if created artificially is a matter of opinion. The following are some of the methods where the love spell is applied. 1. Rub black magic oil on the eyebrows or the face. No matter how unattractive the person's appearance is, they will be beautiful in the eyes of the gazer, leading them to fall in love and feel attached. 2. Use black magic water to wash the face, and the body will receive the same effect. 3. Let the sorcerer prepare a type of love accessory with black magic cast onto it, and let the person wear it. The person will unconsciously fall for the person. 4. When the husband is flirting around, the wife can engage a sorcerer to cast a love spell on him so that he will re-attract and love her as before. Alternatively, a separation spell, which can cause the husband to get tired of his love for the opposite sex and never want to be close to her again, can be applied. 5. Casting an interlocking spell causes the victim to be deeply in love with the person who cast the spell to a stage of inseparable. The method is to attack the man and woman by reciting mantras to interlock their hearts. Needles piercing the doll is a genuine black magic. The method of casting this type of black magic uses objects that most people are familiar with. In movies, it can sometimes be seen that a doll or mannequin is used and pierced with needles. These are genuine black magic casting spells. Such practices are found in various forms, depending on different groups of origin. The sorcerer will first go to the cemetery at midnight to collect the ashes of those who died of accidental death and later some straws at the rice field. On a gloomy day and time, he will fit up a doll as a straw man while chanting mantras. Casting spells and piercing the doll with needles are the magical traditions of many cultures worldwide. After that, he will pack the natal data of the victim, with his photo, hair, and ashes of the dead, into a packet and place it inside the straw man where the heart is. The straw man will be placed at his shrine, where he will perform rituals and chant other mantras drawing the victim's spirit onto the straw man. At the right time, needles will be pierced into the straw man. The victim will feel certain body parts heated up and in severe pain. The sorcerer can take the victim's life or cause him to be permanently disabled. It all depends on the degree of the grudge between the victim and the person who cast the black magic spell. Such black magic includes the flying needles spell, nails spell, death spell, and so on. The legend of black magic and its development. Black magic is popular within the region of Southeast Asia countries. According to some legends, black magic is practiced among the Miao tribes along Yunnan and Sichuan border regions in China as spells. After it was introduced to Southeast Asian countries, it combined with the local practice, which developed into deadly and fearsome black magic. Generally, the person who casts the black magic spell is known as the sorcerer. The main function is to use chanted medicine taken by the potential victim to control the victim's physical body and spirit, which eventually have the person subdued or killed. In most cases, the aim of applying black magic is revenge or money, and love. Many legends believe that once the black magic applied has been deciphered or dispelled, the sorcerer who casts the black spell will suffer the damages and repercussions. Therefore, the risk taken by the sorcerer is very great. Unless there is a deep grudge or monetary attraction, most sorcerers will refrain from performing the act. There are 3 reasons for someone to look up to a sorcerer to cast black magic on another: money, for life, revenge, or the retention of a love affair. Irrespective of the objective, the natal data of the person on whom the black magic is intended to be cast must be obtained first before the action is carried out, failing which the effect will be extensively reduced or have no effect. The version of the development of black magic. Many legends circulate among the country folks, many views that black magic originated in ancient India. It was said that during the Tang dynasty, the Tripitaka master Tang San was on a pilgrimage to India in search of Buddhist scripture. Along the way, on his return, he passed by the passage to Sky River in the province of Annan. He was drafted into the upper end of the Mekong River in Siam. There he encountered a tortoise demon that manifested into a boat to ferry him but intended to submerge him under the river. Master Tang San managed to overcome the disaster, but the scripture he carried sank into the river. Fortunately, the disciples of the master swam underneath the river. They brought the scripture up, but what was left was the portion on the Mahayana practice and a small part on the Hinayana vehicle on knowledge. It was said that the remaining drifted along the river and finally landed in the hands of the royalties in Siam, and the knowledge is the black magic that is now practiced. Another version has it that the original version of knowledge landed in the hands of the Taoist masters in Yunnan, leading to the invention of a sect in Taoism known as the Mao Shan Way. This gave rise to the Mao Shan practice amalgamated with the black magic practice and was very powerful. Therefore some view that the black magic practiced in Siam was derived from Yunnan and China. According to Chinese records, the Mao Shan or Mao Mountain is located in China's mountain of Jiangsu province. During the Han Dynasty, Mao Yang and his 2 brothers lived there and were known by others as the 3 Mao brothers and referred to the mountain they lived in as the Mao Shan. The 3 brothers invented the Mao Shan practices. Yet another version has it that the Mao Shan practice is another branch of the Taoist 5 thunderous practice of Master Zhang Tianxi, which is also known as the Southern practice. During the Song dynasty, it was found in the recordings that many cults practiced the Mao Shan sect, confirming that Mao Shan practices were popular among the country folks. There is no official source to confirm, but according to some sources on the origin of natives, the Thais and Malays were natives from the border districts in Yunnan and were brethren with the Chinese. They moved southwards by 2 different means. Later, when the Chinese immigrants moved southwards, the skill was applied to counter the interference of black magic. One group traveled by sea and located themselves in Borneo, Java, and Indonesia, and some in Malacca, which later formed Malaya. Another group that traveled by land crossed the border of Vietnam, and Siam was located in the northern part of Malaya and Singapore, according to anthropology from Germany and Holland. It was pointed out that they arrived from the southern part of China, while the British pointed out that they came from Yunnan. From this, it suggested that black magic has somehow associated itself with the Mao Shan practice, and the skill had traveled through the border areas and found its way to Southeast Asian countries.